At Super IGA and IGA, it's half price on Green Seas tuna varieties, now only 89 cents each. And Family Chef boneless pork leg roast, just $7.99 a kilo. These specials and hundreds more this week only. That's the way I like it.
Has been an amazing season with thrilling football, stunning goals and incredible upsets. We've seen new beginnings in one of the tightest premiership battles in history. 137 games, over 12,500 minutes, and they've all mattered. The premiership race went down to the final day, as did the race for the top five. After Sydney United 58 took out the premiership, they were installed as championship favourites. But as is customary in this competition, nothing is ever assured, and an amazing final series has left just two teams standing, the Bonnyrigg White Eagles and the Rockdale City Suns. It's a 2013 Grand Final from Penrith Stadium, and it's all exclusively live on Football New South Wales TV. This is the IGA National Premier League New South Wales Men's 1. Hello and welcome to Penrith Stadium for the IGA New South Wales Men's 1 2013 Grand Final. Rockdale City Suns and the Bonnyrigg White Eagles fight out for the 2013 Championship. And what a run both sides have had in the final series. Bonnyrigg, well, they started with a bang. They knocked off the Sutherland Sharks and, of course, the Premiers as well, Sydney United 58, to book their place. While Rockdale have had a fairy tale run. They've knocked off last year's champions Marconi, the Sutherland Sharks, and, of course, last weekend, Sydney United 58 to cap off what has been a remarkable run. Can they add another scalp this afternoon and be the 2013 champions? Let's see how both these sides made their way to the finals. It's been a fairy tale run for the Rockdale City Suns on the way to the Grand Final, having only just snuck into the finals on the last day, courtesy of their win over the Sutherland Sharks. They then held their nerve to knock out the 2012 champions Marconi on penalties in the first week of the finals. They made it 2 victories in 3 weeks over the Sharks, eliminating Sutherland in extra time to earn their preliminary final place. Last weekend they went beyond the 90 minutes for the 3rd straight week, before defeating the Premiers, Sydney United 58 on penalties to book their place in the Grand Final. Bonnyrigg were the team to beat in the early stages, but Bomber Brown's men hit a hurdle or two in the second half of the season. The Premiership was there to win on the final day, but defeat to Marconi, courtesy of an injury time goal, saw them drop to 3rd. But any side with the likes of Robbie Eunice, Alex Chanak, Adrian Uccino and Chris Tadros is going to be a force, as they showed in week 1 of the finals with a crushing win over Sutherland. They were the first team into the Grand Final after beating Sydney United 58 on penalties. Bonnyrigg lost to Marconi on Grand Final day last season and will be hoping fortunes don't repeat in 2013. It sets up a fascinating clash, and if it's anything like what we've seen already this final series, it'll be one to be remembered. So Grand Final day today, big occasion, proud day for the club.
Oh yeah, definitely. We worked hard this year. We wanted to get here, and we're actually pleased. It's a beautiful day, beautiful pitch. Team's ready, we're ready, and just can't wait for it to start.
It's been an amazing run. You only got into the finals on the last day of the season, and here we are on Grand Final day.
Yeah, look, we always had that self-belief. It was just a few little slip-ups that every team has during the year. We knew we'd recover, we knew we had the team, we had the belief, and making the finals just gave us that extra push that we needed, and I think we've proved that we're a team that deserves to be here.
So Robbie, Bonnyrigg felt the last hurdle last year, a chance to turn that around this season?
Yeah, we hope so. Last season was extremely disappointing. We obviously dominated the season, won it by 15 points and got into the final, and we were the favourites. And the pressure, I think, got to the players, and unfortunately we lost to Marconi, who were a bit hungrier, a bit more crucial, stronger up front, and did well. So hopefully this year we turn it all around and then get and win the title back.
Bonnyrigg been pretty red hot in the final series. Yourself as well, hat-trick against the Sharks, firing on all cylinders.
Well, yeah, that's it. You know, we were disappointed with our form in the middle of the season, and we've turned that around, and we've had a good semi-final period. That's primarily due to the fact that I think last year we experienced it. You know, we went through it all again, so it wasn't new to us. We matured, we're a bit hungrier now, and we're looking forward to today's game and hopefully dominating the game.
So Richie, fairy tale run for Rockdale in the finals on the last day, and here we are, Grand Final day.
Yeah, look, you know, the boys are buzzing and up and about, and you know the club's really happy with us as well. But it's nice to be here, but the job's not done yet.
3 finals games, all gone past the 90 minutes. Is that going to be a factor today?
No, look, I don't think so. We did all the hard yards throughout the season. We've made it no secret that we're confident in our fitness, and we're probably one of, if not the fittest team in the comp. So that's shown that, like you said, 3 weeks in a row we've gone to extra time and we've run them all out. So look, I don't think it should be a problem.
Brian, Bonnyrigg fell at the last hurdle last year. Chance to turn that around today?
Yeah, obviously a bit disappointed. We've been in, this is our 3rd grand final, so hopefully 3rd time lucky.
An absolutely storming start to the final series, knocked out the Sutherland Sharks, and then Sydney United 58, been in some great form the last few weeks.
Yeah, look, I think ourselves and Rockdale are probably the 2 informed teams, and it's not a surprise that we're both in the grand final.
What do you make of Rockdale? They've made a pretty fairy tale run. They've got a bit of steam behind them.
Yeah, look, this will be a real test for our boys today, but I think if we're at our best, we'll win.
What are the key players for you this afternoon?
1 to 11, but I guess always the key players are the goalkeeper and the striker. If we can stop them at one end and score them at the other, it'll do as well.
All right, best of luck today.
Cheers, mate.
All right, we're down on the sidelines talking to some Rockdale fans, and a proud day for the club.
Very proud day. This is our first grand final in 20 years, and we're very proud as a club, and we just really want to do well today. Yeah! For all the fans, for all the Rockdale fans that have put a lot of effort in, a lot of older guys in the club who've worked for 20, 30 years, that really are going to enjoy this day. I think we're going to get on top today, so we're very excited.
We found our way to the merchandise tent and a couple of other Bonnyrigg supporters. Guys, how do you think they'll go today?
I think 2-0. 2-0 to Bonnyrigg. I think the depth in the club over the last couple of years, obviously last year we fell short in the grand final. I think this year we've got too much talent, so we'll take it away 2-0.
Yeah, I agree. Probably 3 or 4-0 would be even better, but I'll take the win. But yeah, look, you said got a lot of depth there, so we'll do fine, I reckon. It's our turn. We lost last year, so I think we're ready for it.
All right, we've found some of Rockdale's biggest fans and sponsors. Guys, great day for the club.
Yes, it is. Our club's been waiting for this moment for a long time. Over the last 44 years since our club started, we've been waiting for to be in a grand final, and I think this year we've made it.
This is one of our biggest days, but we are already champions being here.
Yeah, it's been a long time in the making. We're finally here, and I think we're a great opportunity of taking it out.
We found ourselves another Bonnyrigg fan. How are they going to go today?
Hopefully we'll win. I'm looking forward to at least 2-1 win.
Fell at the last hurdle last year, obviously lost in the grand final. Chance to turn it around today?
I hope so. It's we've tried to give our best to soccer sport, and hopefully it'll pay us back by giving us a title in this new league.
All right, enjoy the day.
Cheers.
Well, time to look at the lineups for this afternoon's game. Firstly with the Bonnyrigg Wine Eagles, and I'm joined by Mickey Brock to go through them. Only the one change for Bonnyrigg. Crichton has moved to the bench. Alex Mansueto comes into the side, and Crichton, of course, out to the bench. Mickey, some key points to talk about for Bonnyrigg. Firstly, in goal, Matthew Nash, a guy that's had a wealth of experience. He's been at a number of A-League clubs, and obviously one of the best keepers in the league. He's going to be pivotal to Bonnyrigg lifting the trophy this afternoon.
Without a shadow of a doubt, because he's going to be bombarded by Rockdale there on a high, having come through from 5th, fought their way through all the teams, going through 120 minutes each game. It's going to be a cracking final.
Another guy that's had A-League experience for Bonnyrigg, Robbie Eunice, of course, with Adelaide United. A mountain of goals again this year. A hat-trick against Sutherland only a couple of weeks ago. Plenty in attack Bonnyrigg this afternoon.
Without doubt, Robbie Eunice scores goals for fun, and the way they get the ball to him and the way he runs off the ball as well and drags players all over the park is tremendous. So, again, Diego Barcina's really going to have to be on his mettle today.
And, of course, other attacking options, Mitchell Long, Adrian Uccino. They've got plenty of goal scorers out there.
Absolutely. Adrian Uccino is one of these guys that you cannot not look at him. He will command attention on the pitch.
Time to look at Rockdale now, and the man that stands out, of course, they've made one change as well. Seiya Karamura is out of the side. Alex Jurasevski comes in, so a like-for-like swap there. Jurasevski will add a lot of pace and some goals as well. And the man we want to talk about, Diego Barcina, he was huge in the preliminary final. He'll have a big role to play this afternoon.
Most certainly, with the battle between Robbie Younis and Ashkan Oiga, Rockdale's captain, that will be one to watch out for. But if he gets past him, Barsina is definitely going to be called into action.
Plenty of experience, Rockdale, Paul Reed, Paul Kohler, guys that have played in NSL championships. Reed's played for the Socceroos, they've played A-League, won A-League titles. Plenty of experience there for Rockdale in what is largely a young side.
Very much so. It's a case that Branko Kalina has been able to amass a fantastic young side, but mixed it with experience. But he's never been afraid to put youth into the first team, and it's really paid dividends this year.
Brendan Gann's another one, of course, had A-League experience. He's won a title here with Sutherland in 2009, scored on grand final day. He's in for another big game.
Oh, he controls the midfield for Rockdale. You cannot deny him. He will find space wherever he is on the pitch. So again, it's another one of those players that you really do have to just keep your eye on, because he will produce something special.
Nick Montaneschi probably wouldn't have thought he'd be in the grand final this year, but after midway through the season, he's come, had success with Rockdale in Sydney, and two important goals, one against Sutherland, and of course the winning penalty against United. He's in a bit of a purple patch.
Well, it's been a bit of a fairy tale for him, hasn't it? With Apia struggling this year and coming to Rockdale and now being in the grand final, he must still be pinching himself.
All right, the players going through the handshakes. We're not too far away from kick-off here at Penrith Stadium. Rocky, let's set the scene. Who's going to win this afternoon and why?
Well, on paper, you'd have to say Bonnyrigg, because they're a very, very strong side. But if the game's played on paper, it's their title. Unfortunately, it's not, and Rockdale will have a lot to say about that. My head says it will be Bonnyrigg, but my heart says the Suns. They have fought so hard to be here. It's their first final series, and they've made the grand final. It's just a magical end to the season, isn't it?
How pivotal will it be, though? Rockdale, of course, have played 120 more minutes in the final series. None of their games have been decided in the 90 minutes. How important will that be this afternoon?
Well, I predicted that we will go to extra time, and you all admonished me for that one, but I don't think it will. I think it will be settled inside 90 minutes. What I don't want to see, I don't want to see one team break away and really the score blow out, because neither of these sides deserve that.
Bonnyrigg, of course, we saw against the Sharks, straight out of the block, scoring goals for fun, really, that night. They're going to be careful today, that Rockdale, that they don't let nerves take over and start from the first whistle.
Well, that's another thing in Bonnyrig's favour. They were here last year. They are burning because they didn't win, and it's a case that they're out to prove something to not only the fans but themselves as well as players. So it's going to be an intriguing game. I don't think it'll be a classical chess match style, because both teams play football the way it should be played. Passing, they very rarely lump it long. So we should be in for some exciting football out on this pitch today.
Very quickly, we're nearly close to a kick-off. How important is it going to be? Bonnyrigg had the week off last week. Is that a help or a hindrance?
Depends which coach you ask. I would say that if you're playing through like Rockdale have, from fifth place through to the grand final, playing every week, that has to be the bonus. They keep the momentum. But Bonnyrigg have been able to get over a couple of minor injuries, so we'll find out in 90 minutes' time, we should imagine.
Well, wherever you may be watching this afternoon, strap yourselves in. We're in for an absolute beauty. If it's anything like what we've seen already this final series, it's certainly going to be entertaining. As you see there on your screen, Bonnyrigg in their home kit of the red strip, Rockdale in their chain strip, of course, of white. Bonnyrigg will go to the right of screen and go in favourites, of course. Finished third on the ladder going in, Rockdale fourth. Of course, have been on a fairy tale run. Will it continue this afternoon? We'll find out in about 90 minutes' time. Not too far away from a kick-off. Of course, 137 games this year, over 12,500 minutes of football, but none matter more than the next 90. Strap yourselves in. We are underway here at Penrith Stadium. Bonnyrigg turn possession over straight away. Sperenza hacks it clear. Tedeschi heads it on to Marcevic. So as we expect, a bit of nerves early on. Big crowd in, big occasion. Many of these players playing in their first ever grand final and on the biggest stage they've probably ever seen. There's Rockdale in possession. Reid with a nice touch. Get it back again. Good ball over the top. Taneski could get an early chance. Long will settle it though for Bonnyrigg. Tadros. Chanak couldn't bring it down. Oh, it's opened up early here for Rockdale. Here's a chance on goal. Oh, I'll tell you what, that would have been the perfect start. And the flag's gone up for offside, so it wouldn't have counted. Cardoso, we spoke to him pre-game.
Just gives you an idea of the pace of Cardoso, and he is a real goal sniffer. If there's anything going on, he'll be around it, and he's quick to the ball.
He's scored 17 goals this season, so he certainly can find the back of the net. Of course, brother of Pablo Cardoso, who football fans will of course know, certainly could find the net. So Nash starts this again. Again, wins possession. Sends it over halfway. Taneski trying to bring it down, he can't. That was Cardoso. So the ball runs out. Rockdale seem to have settled nicely here. Long now in possession. Here's Chun. Can they build something early? Long's found some room to move down this right flank. Trying to get his first shot in anger. Here it comes, it's not far away. So a couple of early chances for both sides. Keepers are scrambling at both ends.
Eunice very unlucky there not to be able to get a foot to turn that one home, but Bassina looked to have had it covered, but a narrow escape for Rockdale.
Let's look at the replay. Long did well. Stood up his defender. Barchena had some work to do. Didn't have to get a hand on it in the end, but certainly a wake-up call nonetheless. He starts us once more. It's well won though by Bonnyrigg. Plenty of experience, Bonnyrigg. Of course, we're here last year. Shane is forced to come off his line. And plays it well. We're here at Grand Final Day last year, didn't get the job done. That will have been the motivation into this season. And we're just 90 minutes away from making amends. Here's Reid. Now Sperenza. Turned over once more by Rockdale. Chanak does well. Here's Eunice. He can find the back of the net. 18 goals this year, Robbie Eunice. Now Diaz swings it in. Eunice is there. Doesn't fall how he likes. Now Reid. Rockdale can break. Taneski. And Munro. Doesn't have a lot in front of him. And turns it over, although fortuitously back. Reid switches things. Does well, intercepts, and now he can break. He's got Chanak and Eunice in front of him. But coming back. Ball had crossed the line, will be a throw-in. Reid seeing a lot of it early. Comes all the way back to Uyghur, the captain. They have a big job to do this afternoon, of course. Was with Rockdale when they were promoted from the Super League. It'll be an amazing story if they can lift silverware this afternoon. Jurasevski just gets caught on his heels and he picks up a foul. Diaz a little over eager. Sperenza. Reid. And Sperenza losing concentration. Yeah, Bonnyrigg throw-in. Diaz takes. That's a good ball. It's picked out Chanak. Recovered though by Rockdale for now. Chanak goes down, he's going to get a free kick. No, throw in. I thought there was a whistle, it may have come from the crowd. Chanak doesn't like the decision, but we play on. Look at the replay. Probably a fair call by the officials. Suedo does well under pressure. Diaz. Chino finds Diaz. Can he get a cross in? does, overcooks it slightly. Here's Chun. Tadros whips it in. It's a good looking ball. Well cleared though by Rockdale for now. Uchino, now Diaz. Does well, sucks in Jurasevski. Diaz. Is he going to pull the trigger? He is. Didn't quite get enough on it though, and Bachena makes a comfortable save. Bonnie Rick, the opening 6 or so minutes. Largely had a lot of possession. We started like a house on fire against Sutherland. And 3 goals inside 20 minutes. They'll be hoping it's not a similar story this afternoon. So Chun to take the throw in. Here's Eunice. Does well, gets to the byline. He'll get a corner for his efforts.
And of course, it's always set pieces where Bonnyrigg are at their most dangerous. Brian Brown, the coach, certainly has them well drilled and comes up with some fantastic variations on a theme. But what can you do with corners?
Diaz to take is one of the best exponents in the competition at the set piece. Eunice will be a target, and Suedo as well. Plenty of height, Bonnyrigg. So Diaz can come up with here. The opening for Bonnyrigg. Diaz takes, whips it in. Not a bad one to the far post. It's bobbing around. Hasn't found the back of the net. It has. Robbie Eunice, the man. It somehow crossed the line. There was a scrum, and Bonnyrigg have the lead. And aren't they happy about it? We spoke about their fast starts. They've got another one here. And Rockdale stung early. Mickey Brock, your thoughts?
Well, that was a scrappy goal, but any goal in the final is very, very valuable, and the way that bobbled around, Eunice was quickest in thought and in deed and put it in the back of the net. Fantastic opening for Bonnyrigg. It's been all of them so far. Let's hope that Rockdale can pull something back out of the bag here.
Looking at the replay once more, Diaz put in a dangerous area. Rockdale, Jurasevski it was, should have done better with his header, fell to Eunice, and ever the poacher. Cannot stop scoring this season. That's his 19th goal for the year. And here we are, less than 10 minutes into the game. Bonnyrigg have the lead. We saw how they tore the Sharks apart in week 1 of the finals. Could we see a repeat of that this afternoon? Of course, Eunice had a hat-trick that night. Bonnie Love one this afternoon. Don't need to fight back. Bonnyrigg have had much of the territory and possession early. Here's Uyghur. We'll go back to Barchena. Here's Kohler. Be the most experienced player out there, Paul Kohler. He's won NSL titles, he's won A-League titles. We'll have to add another one this afternoon. Here's Uchino. All the way back to Marcevic, turns it over, Reed, locked up, so look to find an equaliser. Here's Gann, his first touch for this afternoon, running at his defenders, doesn't have a lot of support, so we'll come back. Kohler, Uyghur. Start again. Again. Trying to link up, and it just comes to nothing for Rockdale. Bonnyrigg applying the pressure. Shepherded over the line. Be a goal kick. So Taneski showing some of his frustrations. As we mentioned his story in the pre-game show, of course. Played for RP Leichhardt for the first half of the season and came across to Rockdale late on. He scored some pretty important goals. The extra time winner over Sutherland and the winning penalty to get them to grand final. So he's enjoyed his time in Rockdale colours.
No goal would be more important than if he can tuck one away now and restore parity.
So Nash restarts us. Bit of work to do. Barchena comes off his line though. Saves Oigo's blushes. Pressure continues from Bonnyrigg. As Barchena slips. Jurasevski does well to keep that in. Great control. He links up nicely. Here is Jurasevski. And flag's gone up again. So Tedeschi the man. He's got offside once more. Here's Chanak. Now Chun. Tadros. Trying to find Eunice. Eunice does well, retaining possession. He's a hard man to bring down, Robbie Eunice. A lot of size about him, he's got pace. Striking out, here's Chanak. Now Long. Looking for a good cross. Finds his way to the byline. Well defended, with a throw. Spencer, I think it is, it stayed down. Load getting to his feet now, a bit ginger. So Diaz will take. Doesn't have a lot of options. Eunice presents now though. Chino, try to be a little bit too cute. Munro did well. Tedeschi can't bring it down. Rockdale's throw. Munro takes it quickly. Good throw over the top. Here's a chance for Tedeschi. Got a couple to beat. Lovely skill. And Nash comes off his line. He had 4 Bonnyrigg defenders to beat. He almost pulled it off. There's a sign of what he can do, given space. Nash sends it back on the attack. Bonnyrigg will apply pressure again. Taken quickly. Here's Long. Well, that's a shove in the back, surely. They play on. Tedeschi. Nice touch from him. Reed. Munro. Lovely ball. Finds Gann. Good idea from Gann. Wasn't reading from the same script as Tedeschi. Good tackle from Munro. Here's a chance for Rockdale. Now Reed. Riyama now. Tedeschi just overcooks it. In fact, it was Cardoso. Now Tadros. Fondike trying to just link up with Eunice, but again, the communication breakdown. Out for a throw. First quarter of an hour is about to tick by. If you are just joining us, Bonnyrigg have a lead. 1-0. Robbie Eunice. Again now. Don't resort to the long ball. Rusevski's got some space. He may have been offside. The flag stays down. Tries to link up with Speranza, but well cut out from Long. Suedo now, Tadros. Well cut out, Reed. Yama. Tedeschi just dealt too long. Tries to win it back. With a free kick though, you could see that happening. He was frustrated and in his efforts to get it back, he's given away a free kick. It's taken quickly. Tomasevic sends it long. It is that man, Long, who tracks it down. It's been good this afternoon already. Uchino slips. And ball given.
I think the surface is very greasy. In all the finals, players have been slipping over at inopportune moments.
Muriyama again now. Fighting for possession with Tadros. Tadros wins out. Fight again. Ball won by Oigo. What can he do? His attempted long ball is cut out. Out for a throw. Muriyama takes. All the way back. Start things again. Here's Speranza. Marchena. And again, he's nervy on the ball, Barchainer. Sends it straight into touch and at the feet of Bonnyrigg coach, Bomber Brown. Taken quickly, Diaz. Eunice, the goal scorer. Cuts it out. Has to be quick. Does enough. But turns it straight back. Fondike. Chun turns it over. Reed. Reed again. What can he do here? Needs support. Finds it in Sperenza. He's got players ahead of him. Munro. Urasevsky does well. He's got some tricks, Urasevsky. He's got his opportunity this afternoon for Kawamura. Now Oige. Switch things, Murayama. It's a good ball. Tedeschi, can he get on the end of it? Nash is scrambling, but in the end, it's deflected out for a goal kick. So Matthew Nash with it. Nash has been good all year. I mentioned in the pre-game he has spent time with 4 A-League clubs. Hasn't really managed to get a lockdown on a #1 job. A good performance this afternoon, of course. Plenty of eyes on this game. So Bonnyrigg start us again. Tadros. Chanak loses possession. Murayama wins out. Now Gann. Reed. We get Kohler will go long. No one in particular. Tells Gann to chase that. Into Marcevic. Sends it back the other way. Bit of ping pong at the moment.
It's very unlike these two teams to be playing it long.
Reed. Take this one quickly. Ganny's there. He finds him. Gann pulls it back. No one around. Now it's fallen for them. What can they do here? Oh, Scott, the shot is skewed. Urasevsky brings it down though. Take 2. Dangerous area. Nash is scrambling. I think it's Tomasevic he's collided with in the end. Danger averted. Munro. Rockdale starting to warm here. It's been a nervy start. Now Oige. Kohler. Chainer. Oh, again, nervy. Does not look comfortable with the ball at his feet. And Bonnyrigg have possession. Of course, have a 1-goal lead. Robbie Eunice. Locked up. Just haven't got into the groove this afternoon. Eunice now trying to fight off 2 of them. Munro wins possession. Reed. Now Urasevsky goes down. Free kick. Now Reed again. It's been pivotal this afternoon. Of course, spent last season with Sydney FC. Inside some impressive names. Turned over. Chanak. All goes down. There'll be a free kick. And they wanted advantage played, but it's one of those ones. Flag went up as he pushed the pass.
Luckily just outside the box, but the ball was pulled back for Long, who was in a great position to take the shot on. Unfortunately, he didn't get it because the referee blew the whistle.
Nevertheless, it's a dangerous opportunity for Bonnyrigg. They've shown already this afternoon how dangerous they are from the set piece. It'll be Diaz again.
Will it be another Bonnyrigg free kick specialty?
As I say, Tadros decides to take. We mentioned earlier the tall timber they have in the box. Eunice already has one. Chanak as well. Tadros to take. A bitter blow to go. Another goal down.
My money's on him whipping it in near post.
So So Tadros moves in now, whips it in, dangerous area again, bobbing around. It's cleared for now. It's Murayama that gets it clear. And again, Rockdale looks shaky.
Barcino had the chance to see that perfectly clearly and didn't get anywhere near it, to be honest. He's not having the best of games so far.
Yeah, look at the replay once more. Tadros whips it in. Barchena off his line. Didn't get there. Back underway. Sperenza. Should have done better with that. Bonnyrigg have possession. Long. Mansueto. In fact, it's Diaz. Chun. Whipped in by Long. Deflected. Oh, bobbing around for Eunice. It may yet fall for Fondike. Barchena's off his line. Danger's still not over. He's scrambling to get back. Here's Eunice. Could he have a second? Oh! Somehow it stays out. I'll tell you what, Jason Kalina, first time on the Rockdale bench this afternoon. Welcome to coaching. It's been a very nervy opening. He's trying to settle down his players. Look at the replay. Barchena's way off his line. Just had to fall to the feet of a Chanak or a Eunice, as it almost does here. And to be fair, Barchena makes a great save, scrambling. And Rockdale live to fight another day. Now Barchena again off his line. Barchena sends it long. Yosefsky can't win possession. Reed though. Looking to ignite something. Taneski. Nice play. Here's Munro. Oh, does well. Puts the body on the line. Wiger will get possession once more for Rockdale. And turns it straight over. That's a poor touch. Eunice. Long. Bonnyrigg have numbers. Good cover though. Gann. Murayama. Well intercepted by Tadros. He read that well. They go all the way back. Tomasevic turned over. And once more, Rockdale just can't get in the groove. Chanak. Here is Long. Been pulling the strings nicely, Mitchell Long. Uchino. Here's Chun. A bit of room to move down this left-hand flank. We've seen him score from distance. Will he pull the trigger again? He's going to. And in the end, just couldn't generate the power or the direction. But again, Brocky, another chance for Bonnyrigg.
Well, they're just calming them up at the moment. It's a case that all of the Rockdale ball, they're just not putting enough weight on it. The passes are going astray, they're being cut out, and they're being kept under constant pressure. It's not so much a matter of them getting into their stride, it's whether they're being allowed to, and at the moment, Bonnyrigg are not allowing them.
So Barchena restarts us again. Taneski trying to win possession. Reed's in there. There'll be a free kick. Bit of an elbow as he tried to reach the header. We're about the midway point of this first half. And it has been all Bonnyrigg. Rockdale have had a couple of glimpses, but it's Bonnyrigg making the most of the action. And here's Long. Ball goes clattering down. It's an awkward challenge in the box. No penalty though. Diaz just may have overhit it. In fact, he has. Chun scrambles, but too deep. We mentioned the experience of Rockdale, but it seems the experience of Bonnyrigg in these big games is really showing early.
Without doubt, the experiences of last season, losing in the grand final to Marconi, has really steeled them for this game, and they're bossing it around big time.
Just seemed the business end of the season, as soon as it kicked into gear, as soon as we got to the finals, Bonnyrigg just scored another leg. And we saw that demolish the Sharks, and of course took care of Sydney United 58 on penalties to be the first team into the grand final. And they've started again this afternoon where they left off. Uchino. Long. Here's Diaz. Diaz, well done, Jurasevski. He gave away the throw-in, but good interception nonetheless. Diaz. Bit of argy-bargy there from Munro and Uchino. Uchino almost got on the end of that. Jurasevski clears. Straight back to Bonnyrigg though. Tomasevic. Fondike. Eunice. Oh, gets clattered in the back. It's play on though. Here's Chun. Didn't have a lot of support. Composure shown though. It'll be a free kick. Now here's another chance for Bonnyrigg. Reid doesn't like the decision. Uchino, the man he brought down. Tadros. It is from shooting range. You've got a couple of free kick specialists. Both of those you see in picture. But he's going to leave it to Diaz. Another great opportunity for Bonnyrigg now. Barchena, you mentioned he's had a nervy start this afternoon. He's got another delicate situation to get out of. Here's Diaz. He whips it in. Not a bad one. Oh, Barchena comes up trumps there when it matters, tipping it over. And again, Bonnyrigg not too far away. Long will get the corner. Rockdale. They've been caught in the starting blocks tonight. Bonnyrigg have a goal and very nearly had a second. We look at the replay. Barchena does well. He had to scramble. The danger's not over yet. Corner to Bonnyrigg. Whipped in. Barchena's off his line. Not taking. In the end, though. Gets the crumbs. Teneski. All alone. Oh, goes down. Probably has an argument for a free kick. Doesn't get one. Bonnyrigg send it back into the mix-up. Oige, Reid. Picks out Gann. Thought he was going to pull the trigger. Tries to set up a teammate. Jurasevski was there. Munro. Oh, lets it run straight to Long. Now Bonnyrigg can break. Oh, Munro sends Long to the deck. Could have been a free kick. Playing advantage. Eunice. Diaz now. Oh, well done. Cut out by Oiga. Shanak just dwelt a little bit too long. Gann. Moriyama. Nice touch. Reid. Jurasevski. Now they've got some room to move. What can they muster? Sperenza now. Bonnyrigg defending well with numbers. Oh, Nelly opened up for Jurasevski. Uchino sends it long. Eunice got two to beat. He won't. Oige.
New South Wales would like to thank sponsors of the National Premier League New South Wales, IGA, Nike, Hummel, Elastoplast Sport, Coca-Cola.
He sends it wide. Moriyama. Kohler. Again, the long ball. He's trying to pick out. Teneski goes down. They'll get a free kick. So finally a chance for Rockdale to mount some pressure. They take it quickly. And are we going to see the opening card of the afternoon? The referee was reaching for his pocket. No. Just settling things down. And Rockdale will get their free kick. So look at the replay. And probably the correct decision there. Tomasevic coming across, trying to pull down Teneski. So Cardoso and Reid over the ball. And Tall Timbers coming forward. Jurasevski's there. Oige. Gann sniffing around. Teneski as well. Can they find their equaliser? Whipped in by Cardoso. Not a bad one. Nash has to make a save. Made it look comfortable, but wasn't quite. So Bonnyrigg start things again. Again, Rockdale. Communication breakdown. Here's Chun. Thought he was going to pull the trigger. Takes on his defender though, waits for support. Waited a little bit too long. Rockdale win it back. Rockdale starting to come to life. Here's Cardoso. Reed. Ruseski's unmarked here on the left flank. Again, well, that's a good ball. Too much on it though, and Nash makes a comfortable save again. Just breaking down in that final third. So Nash, long. Now Chanak. Fondike goes to the deck, invites Munro in. Munro tries to thread it through to Gann. It's well cut out. Tomasevic. Uyghur had to win that header. Chanak was clear. Read again. Jurasevski. Sperenza. Touch made forward to Tedeschi. It will. What can he do now? Gann. Now Rockdale have some numbers. Gann. He's threaded it through. Here's a chance. Oh, still bobbing around. Oh, somehow. Nash off his line. Rockdale. The best opportunity they've had this afternoon. And then you've got to think they should have done better. Bit more composure. Sperenza now. Rockdale seem to have found their groove. Reed. Turned over. Nash. One of the most experienced keepers. And as we look at the replay, it was Tedeschi who got on the end of it. Had support. Again, really should have threaded through there. Tedeschi had defenders bearing down and almost came to Jurasevski in the end. It remains 1-0 to Bonnyrigg. But you can see Rockdale coming to life. It's been a nervy start. They've got a lot of youngsters in their side. And Bonnyrigg looking to make the most of a missed opportunity last year. Diaz, well, he goes down. It'll be a free kick, and we'll see our first card of the afternoon. And it's Paul Reed. One of the most experienced out there. We'll go into the book. As we look at the replay, Diaz had him for pace, and then Reed just pulls him down. It is a free kick every day of the week. Now Tadros to take it. Of course, it's very similar to how Bonnyrigg found their opening goal. Tadros to take. Whips it in. And that one is well overcooked. As the crowd lets him know about it. But Chainer not forced into a save. As they let him off the hook. And Chainer starts us. Riyama. Trying to link up with Tedeschi. Reed. Munro. Back to Uyghur. Cardoso. Ruseski made to work. Can't quite do it. Now Long. That'll be a free kick. Munro. Bit over eager. If you are just joining us, Bonnyrigg have the lead. Robbie Eunice put them in front early in the first half. It's his 18th goal for the season. Rockdale, Cardoso. Want to be a bit cute to Munro. Long. Reed wins possession now. Doesn't have a lot ahead of him. Trying to link up with Jurasevski. Tomasevic makes the safe option. Jurasevski goes down. Referee playing advantage. Tedeschi whips it in. Not a bad looking ball. Cardoso's there. It's fallen again. Here's a chance. Oh, it wasn't too far away. of course, scored on this ground in 2009. He was part of the Sharks side that won the title, and he was inches away. You look at the replay, Tedeschi, he whipped it in. Cardoso applied the pressure, felt again, and Nash was well beaten. He just couldn't direct it on target. And Brocky off the hook there.
Very much so, off the hook. That was a brilliant move. Tedeschi's ball in. Diaz managing to clear just ahead of Cardoso, falling beautifully for Gann, but just narrowly wide, almost grazing the post.
So long restarts us again. Eunice. Cardoso goes down, free kick. So not long till half time. Rockdale still search for an equaliser. Munro. Kohler now. Again, goes to the long ball, and as you can see, no one in particular not happy with the movement he's seeing in front of him. So Nash sends it long. Uyghur getting in a wrestle with Eunice. And Eunice will get the free kick. In fact, no. Flag is up. Rockdale will have it. Reid takes it quickly. Trying to pick out Jurasevski. He's turned it straight over to Bonnyrigg. Long. He's given Eunice something to chase, but Uyghur's there. Back to Barchena. Klondike, Sperenza. Reid. Kohler. Kohler again. Wasn't a lot of movement forward. Bonnyrigg doing well, applying pressure. Here's Gann. Now Uyghur. Chona goes long. Rockdale showing patience. Now Reid. Been good this afternoon, pulling the strings, using all of his experience. Munro. Cardoso. This is good from Rockdale. And as I say, they turn over possession. Tedeschi just asked a little bit too much to do. Now Eunice runs out. Rockdale will have the throw. You get the sense Rockdale have the momentum here. Bonnyrigg started on top, found their goal. Rockdale, this last few moments are making the better of the game. Sperenza, Reid again. Lovely ball. Tedeschi's got some room to move out wide. Whips it in, not a bad one. Cardoso's there. He goes down. We'll play on though. Cardoso, you can see him remonstrating. The flag was up anyway.
Certainly in the last 5-10 minutes, Rockdale have come back into this game. They're taking it now to Bonnyrigg. They've lost their pre-game nerves and they're actually starting to create some chances. So will we see parity before the break?
That's been typical of a grand final, always a cagey affair. Pressure sort of telling no one wants to make a mistake. But we're starting to see the shackles come off and some football being played. Rockdale with Munro. Can they get a lift to half-time and find their equaliser? Bonnyrigg in possession though. He's long. Eunice. Diaz. Crowd not happy with that decision. Eunice, again, try to do too much. Uyghur read it well. Martineski. He asked to do too much there. No, he does well to keep it in. Showing his trickery. Here's Gann. Well intercepted though from Tomasevic. There's a rock at the back. Now Reid. Bobbing around. Bonnyrigg will clear. Danger over. Boyger will send it back to Barchena. Sperenza. Barchena again. Now again, Taneski. It's overcooked. And again, that final third, just a communication breakdown, Brocky.
It is. They're overcooking a pass or underweighting it, and it's just letting them down a wee bit. But they've certainly warmed to the task as we've got into the final third of this quarter. So there's still hope. It's only 1-0 for all of Bonnyrigg's dominance.
Oh, Chanak. He's frustrated because it was a good opportunity. He'll get another though. Goes down, and there'll be a free kick. So again, a good chance for Bonnyrigg. Inside the final 5 minutes here in the first half. I'll tell you what, the second goal here will be a nice cushion. Just as Rockdale seem to have found their way back into this game. Conceding a second.
Looks like Diaz will take a free kick from roughly where he took it last time, almost the same spot. Will he try the same thing? Will Barcina get to it?
Well, Shane has been forced into some pretty good saves this afternoon. Diaz goes to the low route. Oh, again, Barchena. Didn't look too convincing, but he did enough. And corner for Bonnyrigg. Diaz, take two. Whips it in again. Again, Barchena scrambling. And again, it's not too far away. Another corner. Barchena's on his haunches. We'll wait for a replay. But didn't miss by much. And again, that set piece. It's a nervy time for Rockdale. So look at the replay again. Diaz whips it in. Barchena scrambling, and it came off Reed in the end.
The value of having somebody on the near post.
They've got another one to deal with. This time will be Tadros. Sends it in, near post. Cleared for now. Taneski doesn't have a lot ahead of him. We get. Should be a Rockdale throw. No, Bonnyriggs. Long. We'll leave it for Diaz. So Long. Loses out. In fact, he'll get a free kick. And you can hear from the jeers around. Rockdale fans not happy. Can't be too long left. This would be huge for Bonnyrigg if they can find a second goal. It'll take some coming back from Rockdale. So Diaz. Dangerous area again. Wasn't too far away. Couldn't quite make the connection. Mansueto it was. Another danger sign. So Barchena goes long. Rusevski seems to have switched flanks with Taneski. Murayama sends it high and wide. Unit surely offside he is. Now Reed. Got through a lot of work in this first half. Munro. Sperenza. All the way back to Barchena. We've seen him have some nervy moments. Does okay this time, but sends it straight to Bonnyrigg. Uchino. Munro does well, wins possession. Kohler. Now Reed. And that is it, half-time here at Penrith Stadium. And Bonnyrigg have the lead. Robbie Younis with his 18th goal for this season. And Rockdale, they started slow, but they're coming to life. It's half-time here at Penrith Stadium. Bonnyrigg 1, the Rockdale City Suns 0.
See this medical gear the flying doctors use? They got it from the local IGA. The surfboards these nippers are riding? From the local IGA. And this local school's computers. I know, I was just trying to say.
How do I know your face?
Even this park bench from the local IGA. Because every time you buy specially marked products like this, nice one, IGA donates funds to local communities through IGA Community Chest. And it all adds up over the years to more than $60 million. That's the way I like it. That's the way I like
There have been some stunning goals this season from the top 10. Of course, you can vote. Go online to the Football New South Wales website and cast your vote. Let's check them out.
At Super IGA and IGA, it's half price on Green Seas tuna varieties, now only 89 cents each. And Family Chef boneless pork leg roast, just $7.99 a kilo. These specials and hundreds more this week only.
That's the way I like it.
Well, It's half-time here at Penrith Stadium. Bonnyrigg lead the Rockdale City Suns by a goal to nil. Plenty to talk about, though, in the first half, and we're joined by Mark Stavroulakis, Media Manager of Football New South Wales, and, of course, co-commentator Mickey Brock to talk about it. And Mark, it's been an engaging first half, only one goal, but plenty to talk about.
Yeah, good afternoon, gents. It's been a great action-packed game so far. We've got that one goal that separates the two teams. Again, a name that we understand and know ever so well, Robbie Eunice on the spot. It was a bit scrappy, but goal's a goal, and they're up in the big grand final.
Well, we're just seeing the goal on the screen, and Robbie Eunice, he is a poacher, of course, 19 goals this year. On the big occasion, he loves scoring.
He's very hard to stop. He's a big boy. He knows how to use his body really well, and he's there at the right place at the right time. I think what they call him, Johnny on the spot at training. So look, that's why he's getting paid the big bucks to do what he's doing today.
And guys, Bonnyrigg started really like they did against Sutherland a couple of weeks ago. Sydney United 58, straight out of the blocks. Rockdale sort of caught on their haunches and they conceded rather early.
Well, it's been rather strange because it's been role reversal, because in their previous fixtures it's been Rockdale that's come out hard at Bonnyrigg in the Waratah Cup, actually taking a goal in the first minute. But in this one it's been reversed, and Rockdale showing nerves early on. They've fought back, they've certainly warmed to the task, but for all of Bonnyrigg's dominance, there is only the one goal in it. Rockdale are certainly still within this game.
Perhaps the most nervy has been Diego Barcheno. He was so good against Sydney United 58. He's shown a few nerves this afternoon.
He has his moments. I think at the start of the season he did have sort of a slow start to the year, but with him comes that craziness about him, and he can pull off a save, he can save his team, and you don't know, this game's not finished yet. I've seen how Rockdale's come good in the last couple of minutes, and I think they're going to be there, and they're going to cause havoc in the first 10-15 minutes of this second half.
What do you think the messages will be from both coaches in the sheds? Bonnyrigg, made a great start, but they will be aware of what they didn't do last year, is take home the title. There's still plenty of work to do.
Well, no doubt Bomber will definitely be playing that game where it's not finished. Let's not just sit back and defend, because doing that against a team with Rockdale that have the likes of Jurasevski, Taneski and Cardozo, three really dangerous strikers, you can't do that. So his message will be just to continue what they're doing. But Rockdale, I'm pretty sure both Chilenas will be definitely just saying, look, keep going, keep attacking, and let's not give up.
Rockdale's such a young side, but plenty of attack. They just haven't seemed to really engage it in this opening 45. They'll obviously be looking to unlock something in the second half. Where can you see a goal coming?
Well, it's got to be a case of Brendan Gans slowly getting into the game more. You've got Jurasevski, Taneski switching wings, but Cardozo is the main focal point, and he is very similar to Eunice in that he can sniff out a goal, he can put himself about a bit, use his head. That's where I see the goal coming from. Probably more so from a set piece, believe it or not, which is normally the Bonnyrigg trait.
Nicola Taneski, someone we spoke about in the pre-game, Brocky. Mark, he's had an amazing year. He's been at Apia midway through the season. He made the change. He scored some important goals. He seems to be, the guy most likely to really cause some drama there for Bonnyrigg.
Oh, it's so exciting to watch. I mean, he was Apia's best player up front, and for Apia to lose his services, you could tell as soon as he left, the squad pretty much were struggling from there on in. So Rockdale was securing his services. They've definitely had an advantage there, and know that he's been causing a lot of problems. He's very tricky, good with his feet. He's very quick, and definitely a player that can change this game.
Now, Mark, on the day as a whole for Football New South Wales, it's a great day here out at Penrith Stadium.
Fantastic day. I think it's a milestone, obviously, with our YouTube streaming today that we've done. It's great. Thank you for the support out there. I think all across the day, from the 16s right through to the first grade, everybody's done their bit. Some great games. We've been blessed with good weather so far. Hopefully that there's no rain come second half, but I can't be more happy, and I'm sure Football New South Wales will be saying the same thing. Eddie Moore and co. It's great to know that there are all these supporters. We've got about 7,500 to 8,000. I'm expecting to be read out very shortly. So that's great for the game, and it shows that it is alive and well at grassroots levels. It's not just the A-League. We've got the Premier League up and running, and I'm sure it's going to get stronger and bigger and better.
And many thanks must go to you, Mark, for looking after us poor old journos all year, arranging the games for us, and the way that you've run everything so efficiently has been absolutely fantastic. So on behalf of all the journos, thanks again for this year, mate.
Thank you very much, guys. It makes it much easier when I know I've got a talented squad like you boys. So it's been a great year, and we're finishing off on a bang. So we'll see how we go. About 45 minutes to go. We might be here till midnight, lads, because I think this might go into extra time.
It is an incredible story, though, Rockdale. I mean, they only came up from the Super League, I think, 2010. This is their first final series. It's been amazing. They haven't decided any of their games in the 90 minutes. They've all gone to either extra time or penalties. So who knows? Another one perhaps this afternoon.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it was a case of Mark Rudin set the foundations last year. Kalina's come in and has actually got Rockdale up to the next level. It's been a sensational story for him. It is a fairy tale day. It is for both teams. But for Rockdale in particular, it's been a fairy tale. And they're going to be hoping that it ends happily ever after.
Bonnyrigg, of course, has been pretty dominant the last few years, but no title last season. Obviously want to rectify that this afternoon. They lead at half-time, but as we see in football, one goal isn't everything.
Oh, look, I'll never forget the expressions on all the fans and also the club and the committee at the end of the game last year when they lost to Marconi at home. They had all the home support. A packed Bonnyrigg sports ground is never easy to win a game, and to see how they were, it definitely left a memory that they'll never forget. So I'm sure that today they want to erase that message and hopefully bring back the title to Bonnyrigg and celebrate all night through. But it's going to be tough. 45 minutes is a long shot, and as you said before, Adam, Rockdale are specialists in grinding out results, and this could possibly happen with the next 45 to go.
All right, before we go though, guys, can they turn it around? What will we see in this next 45 minutes?
Certainly you're going to see Rockdale coming out a little bit more adventurous. They're over the nerves now. They know that they've got 45 minutes to complete their season and complete this story. So they will come out, they will attack, and there's every possibility that they will pull the goal back. With there only being the one goal in it, the game is never going to be dead. But if they push too hard, then they're going to leave the space at the back for Bonnyrigg to exploit, and they are masters of exploiting the space.
Well, Mark, thanks for your company here, the halftime show. Thanks for your thoughts. We're going to go to a quick break. When we return, all the second half action here from Penrith Stadium. At halftime, it's Bonnyrigg 1, Rockdale City Suns 0.
See this medical gear the flying doctors use? They got it from the local IGA. The surfboards these nippers are riding? From the local IGA. And this local school's computers. I know, I was just trying to say that.
Oh, gosh. Hey, I know your face.
Even this park bench from the local IGA. Because every time you buy specially marked products like this, nice one, IGA donates funds to local communities through IGA Community Chest. And it all adds up over the years to more than $60 million. That's the way I like it. That's the way I like it.
Well, players just coming out of the tunnel now to start the second half. Of course, if you are just joining us, Bonnyrigg have the lead. Robbie Eunice with his 19th goal for the season. Rockdale City Suns in their first grand final. They've got 45 minutes to turn it around. They currently trail by 1-0. It's been a fairy tale run. Can it continue in the second half? They've had some comebacks this season. They will need one here at Penrith Stadium.
Well, the body language of the sides coming out is mixed from both. You'd have thought that Bonnyrigg would have come out sprightly, but Rockdale seem to have come out the stronger, just out of the tunnel. So maybe that will bode well for them during this second period.
Be interesting to see what options each manager goes to, into particularly Rockdale, trying to find that equaliser if it is a while in coming. And of course then Bomber Brown, obviously, when does he start looking to sit on that goal lead?
Well, Bomber's not really one for sitting on a single goal lead. He'll be telling his guys to take it patiently, soak up the pressure, and then look for those gaps, because it's now up to Rockdale to come out and force the issue. They know that they can't do anything unless they get at least the equaliser to take the game further. Bonnyrigg also know that's going to happen, so they will sit back, they will soak it up, and they will hit on the break. And they are very, very good at doing that. And if they can get in and around the box with a free kick, they're specialists at that too. So very exciting 45 minutes to come.
Well, they're not going to die wondering. They've got 45 minutes to save their championship dreams. And we've seen they've been the underdog every week here in the final series, and no one expected them really to get here. At the start of the finals, they just snuck in on the final date. But all to play for. Underway here in the second half. Munro. Oiga sends it long. Now again, they're looking to get more involved. Of course, as we mentioned, scored in the 2009 Grand Final on this very ground for Sutherland. And their 4-1 win over Marconi. Dearly love to add to that this afternoon. Reed. Here's Jurasevsky. Rockdale. An early chance. Here's Taneski. Shot on goal. Bending. Nash. Not fussed though. But an early sign there, Brocky, that Rockdale
coming out showing intent, and that's exactly what we thought would happen. They've got no option. They must press forward, but they can't press too far forward too fast because they will be caught.
So look at the replay. Jurasevsky picks out Taneski. And as Mark Stavrilakis said in the halftime break, you don't want to give him a chance. So he will make you pay 9 times out of 10. Couldn't quite do so on that occasion. Turned over. Now Long. It's probably Bonnyrig's best in that opening stanza, but did drift out of the game later in the half. And Bonnyrigg are going to get a free kick on the edge of the area. It's danger times again. Eunice wants to take this one. Add to his goal earlier.
The battle between Eunice and Oiga, Eunice going down. That's a very dangerous spot, right on the angle of the box.
We'll look at the replay. Eunice, bit of an arm wrestle going on. Eunice falls to the deck, free kick. So Diaz has waved away his teammates, although Eunice is still on the scene. And Barchena, nervy first half. Will that continue here in the second? Can Bonnyrigg strike again? An early goal in the first half. Diaz leaves it. It'll be Eunice to take. Dipping. In the end, not enough. Barchena not forced to make a save. And Rockdale. Again, hearts fluttering around Penrith Stadium. Again. Well won by Tomasevic. Murayama goes tumbling. Here's Chanak. And there'll be a whistle, free kick.
You do get the impression that if Bonnyrigg do secure a second goal, then they've secured the grand final win for this year. It would be difficult to see them losing a 2-goal lead.
Well, fans that have seen this competition this season, just as you're expecting something to go to script, there is a twist and turn in the tale. So
my money's on an injury time equaliser, extra time, and then penalties 15-14.
Here's Taneski. Will try to beat his defender, but well done from Tomasevic. Flag stays down. No, it's up. For a second I thought he was clear.
He was just about half a yard offside there, Eunice. Otherwise he was galloping on to goal with no one in front of him.
You mentioned we may be doing some overtime. Not too bad. Good overtime rates here tonight. So
speak for yourself. You seen how much they're charging for the car park?
And Rockdale, of course, done their fair share of overtime to get here. They played 120 minutes more than Bonnyrigg. As Gann, flag is up. He's not happy with the decision, Brendan Gann.
It's a very nervy crowd now. It's very subdued at the moment. They're just waiting for something to spark them back into life.
I say a hush around Penrith Stadium. And I dare say a few fingernails being bitten as well. Here's Munro. Now Sperenza. Jurasevsky. Free kick to Rockdale. Jurasevsky, of course, the leading scorer for Rockdale last year. Spent some time with Sydney FC as well. Won senior cap last season. Shows his potential. Taneski. Oiga again. Switches things. Murayama has some work to do. Lovely control though. His touch is too heavy for Gann. Murayama. All the way back to Porcola. He'll go all the way back again to Barchena. Now Gann. Well done from Tadros, although he sent it to the feet of Reed. Now Gann again. And flag is up. It's the right decision. Rockdale fans aren't happy.
Neither is Gann, but he was dead set offside that time.
Jason Colina has had his substitutes warming up throughout the first and second half. Bomber Brown has just told his substitutes to do likewise. So perhaps changes in the opping. Chino runs into the official. Fondike. Taneski. Now Rockdale can break, and his touch just too heavy. Nash off his line. Diaz. Good ball. Picks out Chanak, although he runs out of room. Taken quickly. Cardoso. Been a little bit quiet from him, expecting more. Jurasevski gives Nash some work to do, but again, one of the most experienced in this competition. Does take some beating. Wannery go long again. Eunice. They'll win the throw. No, Rockdale's. Murayama. Munro. China slips again. Well won by Tomasevic. Kohler by China again. Taneski, Reed beaten. Uchino thought he was going to pull the trigger. He does. Barchana was scrambling, but in the end makes a comfortable save. Bit audacious from that range from Uchino.
From 30 yards out, it didn't connect sweetly with the ball, but yes, audacious is one word.
And Barchana doesn't want any of this. As I said, he's had a few nervy moments with the ball at his feet. He's created another here. Oige, Barchana. Again, they get out of it, but only just. Munro. Rusevski. Here's Taneski. Now Reed. Rockdale starting to build. Nash is off his line. And go out for a goal kick.
Rockdale has certainly shown far more intent in this half.
Yeah, certainly whatever was said at half time, certainly been more effective here in the second half. The early stages, Brendan Gann seems to have a bit more involvement. And Jurasevski and Taneski swapping flanks. Bonnerig have a free kick.
Too far out to be a threat, but you can expect the long ball into the mix from here.
Of course, Eunice will be the target. Trying to knot it down for the likes of Chanak. Of course, that's who they go to. Barchain is off his line. That's a great save from him. That'll lift his confidence. Now Taneski's got 3 to beat and won't do so. Out for a throw. Rusevski does well. Gets on the end of Mansueto. As I say it though, turns possession over. Murayama. Again, caught on his heels. Tadros again. Now Eunice. And the ball runs out. It really has been the story for Rockdale. Just caught on their heels at important times. Reed. Chun goes down. Free kick. Tadros goes long. Has Long sprung the offside trap? No, flag is up.
I think that might have been a closer call than some of the others. I thought he'd beaten the offside trap there.
So Oige. Now Kohler. We spoke about it in the pre-game and again at half-time. When do these extra minutes that Rockdale have played, when does that start to bite? It's surely got to take a toll. Because Bonnyrigg had the week off, so they are well fresh.
I think now the adrenaline has worn down a bit and they've come into the game that bit more. It's whether the fatigue of the extra times that they've been playing will come to the fore.
Murayama. Chun. Mansueto. Made to work, but does it. Munro. Reid. Here's a chance perhaps. Cardoso hasn't done a lot this afternoon. Now again with a shot. We'll get a second bite at the cherry. Reid. Good pressure from Bonnyrigg though. Locked up. Can't get the shot away.
That's the one thing you do notice about Bonnyrigg. They're defending from the front. They're not letting Rockdale get beyond them. They're going for everything and they're going in hard.
Monroe's ball. Trying to pick out again. Back to his Cardoso. He went to the deck. Not happy with the decision, but wasn't a lot there. Now Kohler has to do some work. He sends it long once more. Fondike's there to pick it out. And free kick will go to Bonnyrigg. Tomasevic. Back to Mansueto. He's going to leave it for his more experienced defender though. Long goes clattering. But Rockdale get the throw. Long just getting up off the turf. Bit ginger, but he'll shrug it off. Interesting to see when Rockdale do go to their bench. Saw last weekend, Alameddine was one who came on and really lifted them. He may be where they'll turn to this afternoon again. Flag stays down. Nash off his line though. And Rockdale, Sperenza just hasn't done enough there. Had players in support, but just dwelt too long. And Bonnyrigg. Now Chun. Well done from Munro. Hint of a handball. Long's going to pull the trigger. Barchena makes the save. Well, Reid's had to take a touch. On the edge of the box. All we get. Murayama. Reid does well. Tomasevic. Chun. All turned over. Munro. Jurasevski. What we get? Cardoso. Munro. Chun. No one wants it at the moment. Jurasevski. Rockdale. Still searching for that equaliser. Here's Gann. He's going to pull the trigger. Always going over though.
He's starting to find his range. He's getting closer with each effort.
He has been quiet this afternoon, Brendan Gann. He only needs a sniff. As we look at the replay here, Oiger's long ball. Yeah, nice control. Had Taneski with him. Decided to go on his own. Was always going over though. So Nash restarts this. Well one from Chanak. Eunice. He's got a couple to beat. Paul Kohler sends it back to Barchena. Waste little time restarting us. Now Jurasevski. He's got some pace. And I thought he won the throw in there. Rockdale fans not happy. It looks like we're going to get the first change of the game, and it is going to be that man we spoke about, Alameddine. And Paul Reid's the man coming off. No?
Jurasevski.
Jurasevski. So it is a like for like. Both got pace, both natural wide players. And Alameddine, of course, won the penalty last weekend.
No, they've changed their mind. It's Cardozo who's going to come off and not Jurasevsky now.
So Cardoso doesn't seem too happy about it, but hasn't been the most influential this afternoon, I think we have to say. So throw-in taken, Tadros. Eunice heads it down, Munro intercepts. Done some great work there in the middle of the park. Jurasevsky, the man that's just come on, Alameddine. He's full of run. We saw that last weekend. Eunice. Turnover, he's surely given away a free kick. He has.
That wasn't a free kick, it was a ballet move, and he's doing a pirouette with Takayama.
So Rockdale wastes little time. Of course, if you are just joining us here at Penrith Stadium, Bonnyrigg have the lead, 1-0. Robbie Eunice in the opening 15 minutes. And Rockdale still search valiantly for that equaliser. Well, here's Gann, again coming to life. And Nash again off his line well.
You can sense something about to happen, can't you? You can just sense either Rockdale are going to get the equaliser or they're going to get caught on the break, but something is going to happen soon.
Well, hold the phone. As you say, Taneski's away, and that's an important challenge from Mansueto. Just got a foot in. And if he didn't, Taneski was in on goal. We mentioned the goals he scored this final series to get Rockdale here to grand final day. He only needs a sniff, and he nearly had it there. So Bonnyrigg send it long. He's long. He was everywhere in the first half, has gone out of it a little bit, and perhaps a tired lunge there as he gives Rockdale the throw. Rockdale on the attack. The side that's played more minutes than Bonnyrigg, they do seem really the fresher out there. They've made all the running really in this second half. May just be the desperation of trying to find that equaliser. Of course, Jason Kalina has made the first move. Alamedine's on. Interesting to see what Bomber Brown does to counter that. Does have some options on the bench. Peterson certainly has found the net many times this season. Here's Jurasevsky though. Rockdale on the break. 3-on-3 at the back. Or just wanted to thread it through. Just maybe waited a little bit too long. Now Barchaner's off his line. Hasn't been the most competent. Does enough though. Alameddine. Crowd wants a shot because Barchaner is getting back on his line. Here's Chun. Oh, good ball, Eunice. Barchaner's beaten. Oh, good save in the end though from Barchaner. Diving at the feet of Eunice.
Brilliant save. Eunice through, and that's the area where he would normally tuck it away, and Barchina's managed to get back and get down at the feet and save that one. That was stupendous stuff. That could be the turning point of this game.
Well, that was a lovely ball from Chun, I think it was. We mentioned Eunice, he's a poacher. He only needs a sniff. 19 goals this year. Now Rockdale, perhaps given a life. It was half a chance. Sometimes they do make all the difference. Here's Chun again. Now Tadros links back up with Chun. Bonnyrigg haven't shown signs of protecting their lead just yet. I mentioned Brocky, it's not in Brian Brown's nature.
No, they would just keep plugging away. They'll be probing and looking and searching, and here we go again.
Well, here they are probing. Tadros whips it in. Not a bad looking cross. It's fallen. Eunice, can he get a second? And shot is blocked. And again, Rockdale off the hook for now. Gann. Reed. Jurasevsky. He's found some room to move these last few minutes. Now Alameddine. He's got pace as well. Running at defenders. Cross comes in from Muyama. Low cross. No one in particular. Jurasevski. Tomasevic. Oh, good win there, though, from him. Now Bonnyrigg can break. It is end-to-end at the moment at Penrith Stadium. Chanak. Tadros. Can't get on the end of that. In fact, it's Uchino. Rockdale giving Bonnyrigg the throw. As time continues to tick away. Still plenty of it. The more time that ticks, the more desperate Rockdale become. Here is Tomasevic. Turned over though, Reed. Tedeschi wants it. Again, making the run. Oh, Tedeschi goes down. Wants a free kick. He's not going to get it though. Now Eunice. Uchino. Bonnyrigg still looking to kill this contest. The second goal could well do that. Here's Chanak. Now Long. Now they've got the numbers. Oh, turned over. Poor cross there from Long. Perhaps a bit of fatigue showing. Now Oiga, the captain. I mentioned earlier what a story that has been. He was part of the side that won promotion from the Super League. Wouldn't he love to be a part of what will be their finest hour? Munro, Jurasevski does well. That's the break they need. Jurasevski's going to pull the trigger. Only finds the back of Alex Mansueto though. Uchino. Now Long. Eunice. Links up with Diaz. Now Long again. Well done from Oiga. Long once more. Bonnyrigg still showing that composure, that patience. Rockdale will have the throw. Looks like Rockdale are, well, really both sides looking to make another change. Both getting some substitutes ready.
Peterson for Bonnyrigg and El Hafian for Rockdale. They're the ones that are lined up.
So now Chun given some work to do. He can't quite do it though. It will go out for a throw in. We are going to have some changes. Interesting to see what Jason Kalina does now.
Sam Munro coming off for Rockdale.
Been busy, Sam Munro. Has lacked support there in the middle of the park. El Hafian.
But Munro is 100%. He gives everything. He leaves nothing on the pitch at all.
Bonnyrigg yet to make their change. Peterson's the man they've stripped. El Hafian, first touch, loses possession. Here's Chanak. Doesn't have a lot of support in front of him. Now finds Uchino. He pulls the trigger. And really not his best effort, we've got to say.
But if you're looking for one of the highlights of the game, the ball has gone straight into the back of a little kid's head up on the bank.
Here's Chun. We'll leave that one alone. Now Eunice, who had lost his defender. Couldn't find the ball though. And Rockdale, their own worst enemy at the moment, is El Hafian. Now Gann. Oh, it's fallen to Jurasevski. His touch was a little bit too heavy. Nash has to do some work. Racing off his line, but again does it in style. So Nash goes long once more. Here is Long. Running at Sperenza. Now whipped in. Chun. Some work to do to retain possession. He does do it. He sends it back to Rockdale. And he's going to get a card for his efforts. The high foot, stud showing. That's a little bit harsh, the card there.
Perhaps, but to the letter of the law, and Kurt Ams is one of the best referees in this league and also the A-League, so you've got to give him the benefit of the doubt there. Correct decision.
We look at the replay and Well, studs were certainly showing, and it was obviously not for the... He was involved in a couple of challenges there, so the card was really a combination of both. But Chun, ever the fighter. But a tightrope to walk now. He's on a yellow card. Eunice was remonstrating.
Peterson is still waiting to come on for Bonnyrigg.
Looks like they're going to set him down.
But this is something I don't understand. It looks like Bonnyrigg have got a throw in, but a card was shown to one of their players. So I'm not quite sure what's happened there.
Oh well, we play on. Here is Chun, the man yellow carded. Thought he was going to pull the trigger for a second. He just sets it back to Uchino. Now Diaz. Long. All the way back to Mansueto. He sends it long. Trying to pick out. He's put in a dangerous area, but no one's really there. For a second, thought Eunice was on the scene, but he was just that half a yard behind play. Oh, Jurasevski gets an important touch. Gets pulled back. Doesn't like it. Tomasevic. We play on, though. And Tomasevic used all his experience there. Knew exactly what he was doing. He's a little bit fortunate. We didn't see a free kick there. Here is Eunice. So hard to stop. They win the throw.
And they're slowing things down now when they're taking free kicks and throw-ins. They're not exactly rushing for the ball.
Zadros. Now Chanak. Time continues to tick away. About 17.5 minutes remaining in Rockdale's season. If they want to be the champions, they need an equaliser. They are running out of time, though. Here is Gann. It's been typical of a grand final. Not many of chances. But Bonnyrigg certainly have taken theirs. Thorndike goes back to Diaz. Wiget sends long sprawling to the deck. Well done, El Hafian. Although no, too forceful free kick. So Bonnyrigg still yet to make that change. Peterson now found a seat alongside Bomber Brown. So Bonnyrigg to take. Barchaner's off his line. He's punching. None too convincing though. Chun. Now Eunice. Already got one. Uyghur. Still Eunice. Rockdale win out for now though. Murayama does well. Alamadine. Now Taneski. He's got Jurasevski with him. Surely a free kick it will be. It will also be a yellow card. Mansueto. Tackled from behind. Taneski stayed on the deck, although he gets up now.
Certainly favouring that left leg.
We'll wait for the replay, but certainly Mansueto in the back. As we see it here. Well done Taneski, and yeah, Mansueto just clattering in. Yellow card. Things start to get a little bit physical here. Rockdale have another free kick. Jurasevski on the deck now. Thorndike, the man. All taken quickly. Oh no, referee wants it back. And is this the chance for Rockdale to find their equaliser? He got some deadly exponents at the set piece. Paul Reed's over the ball. There's no doubt Uyghur will be the target. Brendan Gann as well, sniffing around. Jurasevski. We are finally going to get that change. It's going to be Robbie Eunice, it looks like. It will be the goal scorer. Worked tightly up front this afternoon, but Aaron Peterson's on. I mentioned earlier, has found the net multiple times this year. But it's Rockdale, though, still searching for their equaliser. Reed over the ball. inside the final 15 minutes here at Penrith Stadium. If you are just joining us, Bonnyrigg lead by a goal to nil. Reid sends it in, dangerous area, bobbing around. Oh, hint of a handball. Crowd wanted it. Bonnyrigg can break though. Now they've got some numbers. Well done. Long. Here it is. Big chance for Bonnyrigg. Danger's still not over. Chanak, he's overcooked it really. They needed a bit more calmness there.
Well, his first touch, that should have been in the back of the net, but he's put it wide. He's gathered the ball, tried to centre it back, but straight to Barcina. Very unlucky for Bonnyrigg there. They should have been 2-0 up.
Well, it was 5-2 at the back, and really, a bit more composure. They could have iced this one. Rockdale again. Breathe a sigh of relief. Not over though. He's long. Again, numbers in the middle, and they'll win a corner. Barcina yelling at his defenders. Perhaps we mentioned those extra minutes starting to catch up with Rockdale. They try and fight their way back into this game.
Well, for Rockdale, these minutes are going to be going past like seconds. For Bonnyrigg, they're going to seem like hours.
Well, if you have followed this competition all year, it hasn't been without its drama. Late goals. Top 5 was decided by a 94th minute winner. So
there's been some amazing football this season. Absolutely amazing.
Don't give up on this one just yet. Whipped in again. Barcina's punching. Crumbs will fall though. Shot comes in. Cleared for now. Uchino's touch is a little bit heavy. Rockdale win the throw though. And Rockdale, I'm sure at the end of this season they'll still hold their heads up high, but they will want to do so as champions. Coming into their first ever final series. Be a great story. Side that only got into the finals on the last day, knocking off the Sutherland Sharks, ending their premiership hopes. El Hafian goes back to Kohler. Rockdale are running out of time. Here's Taneski. Showed flashes of brilliance this afternoon. He'll need one. Didn't quite have it there though. Good tackle. Taken quickly. Reid. Again. Nice link-up play. Reid again. Well done from Sperenza. Getting in behind. Perhaps the first time this afternoon. He's overcooked his cross though. Alameddine sends it back. Muriyama. Oh, hint of a handball. And it is free kick. But just as they was building some momentum, it swings.
Well, they haven't been at their best today, Rockdale, but if they do go on to lose this grand final, they can hold their heads high for what they've managed to achieve. It's been nothing short of quite miraculous. The fairy tale that you mentioned may be about to become a nightmare, but they have done exceptionally well to get this far, and fair play to them.
We've got 11 minutes to save their championship dreams. Bonnyrigg are on top. Of course, looking to make amends from last season. They dominated last season, but didn't get it done on grand final day. Here's Jurasevski now. Can't quite get on the end of it.
The Bonnyrigg are actually pressing quite high up the pitch, which means that the ball over the top, Nash can be right on the edge of his area to gather. It's not really giving Jurasevski or anybody else any chance to get to that ball.
Now again, he sends it straight to Bonnyrigg. Now Chun. Can they find the killer blow? Now Long. Now Tadros. Well done from El Hafian. Fresh legs from him. Long again. Muriyama sends it straight to Chun though. Here's Chanak. Nice little link play with Fondike. Oh, it's bobbing around. Brendan Gann all the way back there clearing. Oh, sends it straight to the arms of Chanak. And it will be handball. Barcina goes long. Alameddine needed to win that one. Good poise there by Mansueto. It's that man again. Sends it long. So inside the final 10 minutes. The clock continues to tick away. Alamadine heads it on. Rusevski can't bring it down. Just that slice of luck is all Rockdale needs. That half chance to go their way. And is this it? Handball on Mansueto. Taken quickly. Or perhaps too quickly. Reed, one of the most experienced out there. Probably wasn't the right play. Now Bonnyrigg have a free kick. And again, they can soak up the seconds. We are going to get the final change. It's going to be David Tuleski and Brendan Gann, the man coming off. Had a mixed afternoon. He's shown some flashes, as have all Rockdale's players, but not quite the game we do expect from a man that's seen action in the A-League. Spent some time in Malaysia as well.
Problem is, as the time ticks away, Rockdale have really got to take more chances, and it's just going to play into the White Eagles' hands.
Here is Peterson. Links up well. Could be a corner, but Oiga saves it well. Fondike. Uchino. Cross comes in. Chun. Hint of a handball. Play goes on though. He's long. Just content to retain possession. Tadros. All the way back to Tomasevic. Long again. Well done from Reed. One of the oldest out there. One of the most experienced, but full of run, full of determination. Wins his side a free kick and another yellow card. Alex Chanak, the man, goes into the book. We tick down to 7 3/4 minutes remaining. Of course, Rockdale have used all 3 subs. Have one final roll of the dice. Seconds tick away. Still searching for the equaliser. Robbie Eunice's early goal in the first half gave Bonnyrigg the lead. As we mentioned, hasn't there been some late drama this season? Is there another twist in the tail? Murayama to take. Jurasevski. Uchino. Tadros just sends it clear. Well done from Long. Great control. Now Bonnyrigg can break. They've got some numbers. And they'll get a free kick for their troubles and a card. Captain Oiga. Pretty good this afternoon, I have to say.
Tremendous game, very solid at the back. He's kept Eunice out for much of it, to the point where Eunice was subbed. So, yes, he did get a goal, but it was from scrappy play, so you can't say he hasn't done his job on Eunice. A great leader and a great guy.
Look at the replay. I thought he won the ball there, Oiga, but perhaps stud showing, foot was raised. Again, the letter of the law. Of course, we've got to start talking about Robbie Slater medal.
Yes, it's going to be a tricky one. We'll put our thinking caps on for that. Game's not over yet.
So 6 minutes remain. Chun tries to win possession. Long, back to Chun. Oh, some trickery. Crowd seem to like it. Oh, Chun gets clattered into by Reed. Referee playing advantage though. We're not going to come back for the free kick. Barchena will get to take his goal kick. No, we are going to come back. So, fair decision. Bomber Brown seems to be readying another substitute. Jordan Crichton, unlucky not to start this afternoon. Bonnyrigg taking their time, as you would. Diaz. Uchino. Sets it to the far post. Cross comes in, not a bad one. Chanak makes a comfortable save though. We're inside the final 5 minutes here at Penrith Stadium. Alamadine. Chun. Does it well. Uchino. Murayama. Chun again. Oige. Of course, he's got to walk the tightrope, having a yellow card. Going down to 10 men certainly won't help Rockdale's cause late in the game. Alameddine seems to be searching for the long ball since he's come on the field, trying to use his pace. Here's Uchino. All cut out there from Alhafian, I think it was. No, it was Oige. Long was in some space if he didn't. So 4 minutes to go. Bonnyrigg have one hand on the championship. Rockdale want something to say about that though. Alhafian wins it well. Again though, straight back to Tomasevic. That final third is where it's been breaking down for Rockdale today. Reid. They need that bit of magic. Murayama goes long. No one in particular. Again, just lacking direction. We're going to see a change. Crichton, the man to come on.
Substitution. Substitution of the Bonnyrigg White Eagles.
Chun off.
It's going to be Ken Chun. He's been busy this afternoon. He's on a yellow card, of course. Maybe safety first approach from Bomber Brown. Bonnyrigg, 3 and a bit minutes away from being crowned champions. Rockdale. One final roll of the dice though. Alhafian, Reid. Wins a free kick. They waste little time. Alameddine trying to get on the end of it. Just won a penalty last weekend. Wouldn't he love that now? Murayama sends it in the mixer. It's a miss-hit shot cross, and Nash rather comfortably sees it over.
But again, he's watched that all the way. Knew it wasn't going to be dipping anywhere near the goal, so just saw it over the bar. Takes his time to take the goal kick. So just time ticking away for Rockdale.
Look at the replay, Murayama. No doubt he was crossing, but sometimes you find the back of the net. And that's what Rockdale need, that little bit of luck, that bounce of the ball to go their way to get back into this contest, because clock is not on their side. Inside the final 2 minutes. Oige. Bonnyrigg. Rockdale will get a free kick here. So seconds continue to tick away on their season. Here's Taneski. What can he spark? Murayama. Alameddine. Sends it straight to Tadros. Playing defeat would have been the better option. Tadros goes long. Chain way off his line. Now Reid again. It's long ball stuff. It may open up though. Jurasevski. Oh, Nash is off his line again. How good's he been this afternoon? Even a hint of a half a chance has been Johnny on the spot. As we tick into the final 60 seconds of the 90, of course, we may have some stoppage time. Rockdale will be hoping for a little bit of that. Barchena goes long. Again, they've been solid at the back, Bonnyrigg. Reid. Alhafian. Murayama starting to push forward in search of the equaliser. Well, that's a dangerous area. Oh, Taneski just needed a touch. Nash was coming. It was indecisive.
Should have gone in with his head there without a shadow of a doubt. It was perfectly tailored for it, and he was caught in two minds.
Well, we wait to see the replay. And Taneski, again, Rockdale. It's been the story of their afternoon. Just caught on their heels at the vital time. Murayama's cross. It's a dangerous area. Nash is in no man's land, and Taneski obviously didn't quite expect it. And we've ticked into the 90 minutes. We'll have 4 minutes of added time. So Rockdale starting to get desperate as they start to come to life. Here's Jurasevski. He's given the throw to Bonnyrigg. Not quite sure about that. Rusevski's not happy with it. And is there some late drama? A competition that's known for it. Penrith 4 minutes away from being crowned champions. They fell at the final hurdle last year. It's 2013 their season. They've really commanded the final series. They knocked off the Sharks. And then were the first team into the grand final, knocking off the premiers, Sydney United 58. They've got the business done at the business end. Here's Sperenza. Back to Barchena. Again, not looking too comfortable with ball at feet. Alameddine. Desperate. Can't win it. Murayama. Bonnyrigg get the throw. Kalina looks to have sent Uiga forward. Tadros just takes a few seconds off the clock. Can't be long left in this one. Oh, here's Chanak. Perhaps a final nail in the coffin. Flag is up though. Chanak stays down. Barchena gave him a bit of a nudge as he went past. It's got to be a card surely from Long. He's given it to Barchena. Long. Barchena wants to take the free kick quickly as we look at the replay, and yeah, Barchena certainly did clip Chanak on the way through, and in the end he's ended up with the yellow card. Thought Long's rather fortunate to escape one as well.
Well, he had to retreat the 10 metres. He did not do so, but Barchena cannot put his hands on another player and push him over. He's going to get himself sent off if he's not careful.
Showing his frustration.
Wasting time.
Time they don't have to waste. Can't be too long left in this one. It'll be pump it long and hope. Uiga climbs. He got clattered in the back there, but we play on. Kohler. Now Sperenza. Now Reed. They'll win the throw. Back it was Talevski. Talevski whips it in. Oh, Jurasevski goes down. For a second, Rockdale fans were crying penalty. Barchena's way off his line. He's going to have to scamper here. Murayama sends it to Barchena. Oh, again, some work to do. Long. Only seconds left. It's a good ball from Barchena though. He's found Sperenza. This will be their last chance, you'd think. Into the mix-up. Jurasevski's on the far post. Oh, Murayama slips at the worst possible time, and Bonnyrigg hack it long. Now Barchena up on halfway, taking the throw. It's desperate times, desperate measures. Here's Taneski. Here's their one final twist. Now Talevski. Cross comes in. Jurasevski. On the turn. Oh, copped a deflection. Hearts in mouths here at Penrith Stadium at the moment.
And crowd on their feet.
Certainly those in Bonnyrigg. Bonnyrigg calling for the whistle. Murayama sends it in. El Hafian. Oh, it's a corner. Well, edge of your seat stuff. You see Bomber Brown, Cliff Pointer on the sidelines. Hands on heads. Crowder on their feet. This is surely the final chance. Reed to take. Near post. Reed, second bite at the cherry. Sends it back in. Oh, Nash is off his line, but takes it well. And what an afternoon he's had. It may have just won him the Robbie Slater medal. And that is it. They fell at the final hurdle in 2012. It hasn't happened again in 2013. Bonnyrigg will be the champions. Rockdale have been valiant. it's been a fairy tale run, but it must finish in second place. And the Bonnyrigg White Eagles will lift some silverware in 2013. And Mickey Brock, we spoke about it earlier, they've just been clinical in the finals. The business end of the season, they've done the business.
Absolutely. What the records will show is that the best team has won throughout the season, and that this season happens to be Bonnyrigg. What it won't show is the fact that poor old Rockdale, they've done everything, the resilience, what they've had to do to try and get here, the odds that they've beaten, the hours on the training pitch. Fairy tale ending just was not to be, but what a fantastic effort. Fair play, well done to both teams.
Well, Bonnyrigg, of course, finished the season in third place. It was one of the tightest runs to the premiership I think we've ever seen. And they knocked off Sutherland first week convincingly, and they sent a message to the rest of the competition that it's ours for the taking. And certainly did that. Knocked off Sydney United, and they've done the job. It was an early goal. Robbie Eunice with it. He's 19th for the season. And Bomber Brown, the heartache of last year, his jubilation in 2013. Rockdale, as we now see the goal being replayed. It was a goalmouth scramble. The dangerous area, but Chainer caught off his line, and the poacher, Robbie Eunice, tucks it away. And that's the winning goal. They are the champions.
And deservedly so. Not too many chances, clear-cut chances created, and even that came from a goalmouth scramble, and that came down to Robbie Eunice. He is a goal-poaching machine. Any chance he's got to sniff out a goal, he'll put it in the back of the net. So fair play, tremendous game, two fantastic sides. Commiserations to Rockdale, but congratulations to Bonnyrigg.
Bonnyrigg, of course, have been very successful the last few years. Silverware hasn't quite been there, but certainly this afternoon. Do you think that added to the occasion? You know, the pressure of missing out last year. They don't want to make the same mistake this time round, and they've got the performance.
Of course, they had a lot to prove this season, and they've gone on to prove it. But when you look at them and Rockdale's first ever final series, let alone their first ever grand final, the experience for Rockdale players has been fantastic. But you had the disappointment of last season for Bonnyrigg. They had something to prove, and you saw that today. They were just that little bit sharper, that little bit quicker into the ball. They were that little bit hungrier for the 50-50s, and it paid off in the long run. But it shows how far Rockdale have come to only go down by a solitary goal.
We're not too far away from the presentation as Bonnyrigg go over to their fans and soak it in with them. But some of the players that really won it for them this afternoon, we start in goal, Matthew Nash. It was just superb. Barchaina, really polar opposite at the other end, did his job, but there were some nervy moments. But Matthew Nash, always calm, composed, so experienced, and he showed it.
Without doubt, he was the better of the two goalkeepers today. But you've got to take a look at the high line that Bonnyrigg will play in, so that he could actually come out to the edge of his area and gather up balls to annul any problems that were coming from the ball over the top from Rockdale. But when he was called into action, he was there. He didn't put a foot wrong all day. And as I say, apart from the goalmouth scramble and Eunice sniffing out the goal, there wasn't too much between the two teams.
Vuko Tomasevic, another one, so experienced. He's played some A-League. He's been around this competition for a number of times. He's played some NSL as well. And it showed this afternoon. He was just a rock solid at the back for Bonnyrigg.
Very, very solid at the back. A smooth, polished performance. It shows that he's been around the traps for a number of years at the highest levels in Australia, and that was clear evidence today. Did his job, managed to get forward, set up a few things, but cut an awful lot out at the back as well.
Robbie Eunice, of course, the goal scorer. How important is someone like Robbie Eunice? That half chance into a goal, especially on a game like this, the occasion like this, certainly makes the difference in the end.
Well, you can practice for free kicks, you can practice from open play. What you cannot practice is the fact that you've got someone who can sniff the goal out.
All right, well, it's time for the presentation. We'll send you now down to Simon Hill.
Grand final. Congratulations to the Bonnyrigg White Eagles, and well done to our Rockdale City Stars. It has been a terrific day today with the inaugural NPL New South Wales Men's One competition grand final taking place
and we've had a fitting finale to what has been a great season. Football New South Wales would like to thank representatives from Football Federation Australia, Football New South Wales board members, media representatives and all our other dignitaries for coming along to support the National Premier League here in New South Wales. To Football New South Wales sponsors, first and foremost the IGA, the naming rights partner for the National Premier Leagues, with special mention to Marketing Manager for New South Wales and ACT, Angela Borelli, for their fantastic support in what has been a magnificent year for the game with their backing. Other sponsors, as well as IGA, include Hummel, Nike, Coca-Cola and Subway. Thanks to them for their support as well. It is invaluable and much appreciated. To the fans in the stand today, thank you for your attendance. You made great noise and we're treated to some fantastic football. And to all the staff at Football New South Wales involved with this year's competition, a great effort. Your attitude, diligence and professionalism have been exemplary this season. Also a reminder, the full match highlights of today's grand finals will be up on the IGA NPL New South Wales Men's One website, so be sure to check this out early this week. Let's move on then to the official part of our presentations, and let's just first of all introduce you to our presentation team. First of all, Mr. Greg O'Rourke, the Chairman of Football New South Wales, and Angela Borelli, as mentioned, the Marketing Manager for IGA for New South Wales and ACT. Now, first award this afternoon is the Robbie Slater Man of the Match. This award is instigated to honour the tough tackling attacking midfielder, as he spent his early years developing as a pro in New South Wales with the likes of St George, Sydney United and Blacktown City before heading off overseas. Past winners of this prestigious medal include Blake Powell and Peter Triantis, now at Sydney FC, and 2012 winner Nathan Alassi. Now Greg O'Rourke is going to present our medal, and today the winner of the Robbie Slater medal for the Man of the Match award from Bonnyrigg White Eagles, Alex Mansueto.
I don't really know what to say. Not once did I think it was going to be me to be man of the match. There's 11 other players out there, but probably deserves it as well. That all they deserve the credit, so they put it together for them because they did it. I'd like to thank everyone for coming. It was probably a great game for you guys, very tough for all of us. I'd like to really special mention to all the Bonnyrigg supporters. Thank you guys, you've been so supportive every year. I'd also like to congratulate Rockdale for getting this far. It's a tough competition and they thoroughly deserve it, so congratulations guys, really good. And last but not least, these bunch of boys, it's not a soccer team, it's like a family. Everyone's standing over there is like a family. It's brilliant to turn up to training games and play with them, so credit to everyone here, boys.
Congratulations, Alex. Let's move on to our medals for our officials. Angela will present these medals. First of all, to our match referee, Kurt Ams. Assistant referees, first of all, Sarah Ho. And Andre Giev. And last but not least, our fourth official, Christopher Young. Well done to all our match officials, and thanks to Angela for presenting those medals. Now Greg will present the runners-up medals to the players and coaches from the Rockdale City Suns Club. First of all, could I ask their captain, Ashkin Oiga, to come up and make a short speech, and then introduce all his players and the coaching staff one by one. Ashkin.
First of all, I'd like to thank the Bonnyrigg White Eagles on their win. Had a good year, you guys deserve to be here. Congratulations again. To our boys, extremely proud of you guys. Great effort this year, we deserve to be here. Unlucky, we copped an early goal at the beginning of the game. That's the way it goes, it's football, but great players, great bunch of boys. Again, great family. We have at Rockdale, including the fans, the committee, everyone that's been a part of it. We appreciate everything you did the whole year. I'd like to thank IGA and Football New South Wales on a great tournament that they provide for us. Boys, plenty of years ahead of us. I'm sure we'll be here next year. The coaching staff, Branko, Jason, and everyone that's helped, thank you very much, and thanks again. Sam Munro. Richie Cardozo. Diego Barcena. Takuya Murayama. Tufik Almadin. Idris Elfang. Tembo Matamala. Nicola Tenesi. George Speranza. David Talesi. Brendan Gann. Paul Kohler. Alec Durisevsky. Aaron Little. Corey. Robbie Speranza. Patrick Saul. Anthony Perry. Max Burgess. Ben Cornish. Sayako Amara. Jason Flynn. Frank Ashley. Thanks.
Thanks Ashton, and congratulations again to the Rockdale City Suns for making it all the way to their first grand final. Give them a big cheer, ladies and gentlemen. Well, let's move on now to present the New South Wales Premier League Champions medals. Angela Borelli to do the honours. To the players and coaches from the Bonnyrigg White Eagles Club. And first of all, we have Captain Chris Cabrosa from the Eagles to come up and make a short speech and then introduce his players one by one.
Finally, we got it. First of all, I'd like to thank Rockdale for the game. A great season. You did really well in the final series to get to the final, so thanks for today. Thank you, Football New South Wales, for putting on this event. It's a great venue. We appreciate playing on a good field. Thank you to our supporters. That really made today enjoyable. Playing in front of you guys, winning. It makes the day very special for us players, so thank you. Thank you to the Bonnyrigg board and all the sponsors. Really, without you guys, we wouldn't be here, and this great club wouldn't be the great club it is. So thank you for the board and all the sponsors. Finally, to all the players and staff, it's been a long season. We started nice and early in pre-season. We had such a good year last year, and there was a lot of pressure on us to perform again this year. And thankfully, we've got the result today. So thanks, boys. It was a great win. Okay, I'll start with goal scorer Robbie Eunice. Mitchell Long. Alex Kanak. Vuko Tomasic. Ben Spruce. Aaron Peterson. Jordan Bryden. Kenny Chun. Adrian Chen. Matthew Nash. Howie. Alex Venezuela. Tonan Diaz. Nikola Zonic. Davey Howard. Steve. Abby. Nicola. And Nick. David. Guloy. Liam. Paddy. Boak. Cliff Pointer. Brian Brown. Jose. Harry. George Mandich. Yobo. Come on. Yobo.
Thanks, Chris. There they are, the champions, Bonnyrigg White Eagles. I'm going to ask the team to all move, if you can, guys, behind the banner here before we present the captains, the Champions Cup. Captain Chris Tabrosa at the front, please. Ready to receive the trophy from Greg O'Rourke. There we go, ladies and gentlemen, the champions, the Bonnyrigg White Eagles.
There you go, 2013 champions, the Bonnyrigg White Eagles. And as we said, the best team in the finals. They were finished third, but they got the job done when it mattered. They missed out here last year, and Brocky, they must feel sweet after those tears last season. There'll be different tears this time around.
Absolutely, but I think the result will be the same. I still think they'll be on the sherbet later on, and good on them. But the best team for the season has won the game. They've got the trophy. They deserve it. They put up a fantastic fight against. You'd say a resilient Rockdale side. I've seen Rockdale sides fold under pressure before, but they stuck to the task. They could only get one goal past them. Fantastic final, fantastic finish to the season. The sooner we get back to some more of it, the better.
We spoke to a couple of Bonnyrigg players at the start of the day, and they said, that was their motivation, the miss out of last year. But yeah, they've certainly turned it around today, and good to see. 2013, they will be the champions, of course. We're out of here. We need to thank some sponsors, though, before we do so. Football New South Wales, of course. Can't do it without the likes of IGA, Coke, Foxtel, Hummel, Subway, Nike, and Elastoplast. Of course, I couldn't have done it today without my co-commentator, Mickey Brock. Mickey, thank you.
Thank you, mate. As ever, that was a wonderfully silky call. Always a pleasure working with you, and I'd just like to finish by saying that when I grow up, I'd like to be just like you.
If you're lucky, mate, if you're lucky. Anyway, it's bye here from Penrith Stadium. Bonnyrigg are the champions. They are the champions in 2013. It was 1-0 in the end. A goal from Robbie Eunice. They'll lift the trophy high in 2013. But it's not too long till the new season will kick around. We'll see you then here on Football New South Wales TV. It's bye for now.
See this medical gear the flying doctors use? They got it from the local IGA. The surfboards these nippers are riding from the local IGA. And this local school's computers. Shh. I know, I was just trying to say
How do I know your face?
Even this park bench from the local IGA. Because every time you buy specially marked products like this, nice one, IGA donates funds to local communities through IGA Community Chest. And it all adds up over the years to more than $60 million. That's the way I like it. That's the way I like it.